Hi guys, this is a video about how to understand and read a Rashi. This video is not just for watching, you need to take notes. So you could pause, you can stop it, you can fast forward or rewind. That's what's good about having a video. It's not like being in class. You get to control the information coming to you. So please take advantage. But you must write notes, and I'll point it out when it's important. So please pay attention. Here we go. Rashi. Rashi's focus is always on Pshat. He wants to understand what the simple meaning is of the Pasuk. He's not trying to go deep. He's not trying to get into some kind of more explanatory system. He wants to tell you simple understanding of the Pasukim. It's important to remember that. Now, before you even touch a Rashi, before you even start reading what's inside the Rashi, you need to ask yourself two questions. Number one, what's the context of Rashi? Before you even start reading Rashi, look at the Dibur HaMatchil. What is he talking about? What is he referring to? If you don't know what the Pasuk is saying, how can you know what Rashi is saying? Read the Pasuk, read the word Dibur HaMatchil of Rashi, and then understand Rashi is now going to explain X, Y, Z. But if you don't know that, you'll never be able to truly understand what Rashi is talking about. Next, what's bothering Rashi? Once you figure out the context, try to figure out or anticipate what's Rashi going to say. You read those three words or those four words, you read the Pasuk. Is it something that doesn't make sense? Try to figure it out and anticipate what might be bothering Rashi. Next, when you're reading Rashi, you got to think of two things. Function. What is Rashi trying to do in those words that he's telling you? There are many different types of Rashis, which we're going to see in a second. Rashi might be doing one thing as opposed to another. It's good to understand which one he's doing so you won't make a mistake and he'll be able to clarify Rashi in a more understandable way. Second, once you finish reading Rashi, what's bothering Rashi? Before you try to anticipate it, but now you actually read Rashi. Rashi never says anything unless something is bothering him. He always has a question. You must ask yourself, what's the intended question? Rashi's perush, when you read the Rashi, it's always going to be the answer. Your job is, as the reader, as the learner, is to figure out what is the question, what is bothering Rashi. Now, going back to number 3, function, Rashi in general has 5 types or 5 functions. He's going to be doing one of the following. Either Rashi is going to be coming to explain, which is called an explanatory Rashi. He's coming to explain to you what is the meaning, pashut meaning of the verse. What is the pashut meaning of a specific word, the definition. That's called an explanatory Rashi. Second, clarifies. Sometimes Rashi wants to clarify a problem that might arise. That's called a clarifying Rashi. Third, preventative. Rashi sometimes will understand that you as the reader and the learner might have a problem with the pasuk you're about to read. So Rashi comes and prevents you from making assumptions or misassumptions. He wants to make sure that you're on the right path. So he'll prevent you from making a mistake. That's called a preventative Rashi. Number 4, law derivation. Law derivation, as we know, the Torah is what tells us what things are asur and mutar, what the laws are, what the mitzvot are. Rashi will point out when a pasuk specifically says a law, or we can derive a law from the pasuk. Rashi will point that out, and he'll derive a law from the pasuk. That's called a law derivation Rashi. And fifth is inspirational. Many times Rashi will use a pasuk or a story to inspire us, show us something great about an individual or a story that happened in Tanakh. So again, it's very important, write this down in your notebooks. Rashi has 5 different functions. You must figure out what is Rashi doing in this specific one. It could be explanatory, he's explaining or defining a word. It could be clarified, he's clarifying a question you might have. He could be preventative. He wants to prevent you from making the wrong assumption or asking the wrong question. Law derivation. He wants to show you how this pasuk teaches you a specific halacha. Inspirational. He wants to inspire us and tell us something amazing that we can learn from the whole story. Then comes after. Once you finish reading Rashi, you need to ask yourself one important question. How did Rashi change my understanding of the pasuk? What do I mean by that? When you read a pasuk and you translate it into English, that is the literal meaning of the pasuk. You just read what the words actually mean. Rashi will many times come and explain, define, law derive, clarify, prevent from you, etc., in order to better understand the pasuk. So now you have to ask yourself, how did Rashi change my understanding of the pasuk? Before you read this word, or before you read this pasuk, what did you think? Now that you read Rashi, what did you think? It's very important to realize that, to realize what Rashi did to my understanding of the pasuk. By doing this, we understand how Rashi helped us with this pasuk or with this word. It explains and clarifies our questions in a much more systemized fashion. This is what should be on your paper every time you look at a Rashi and you try to figure out a Rashi, whether it's home, whether it's with a chavruta, whether it's in a group. You always need to know for every single Rashi. 1, what is the context? 2, what is the function? 3, what's bothering Rashi? 4, how has my understanding of the pasuk changed? Again, write this down, guys. Context. What is Rashi talking about? What is he about to comment on? If you don't know that, you can't go on. Number 2, while you're reading it, what's his function? Is he explaining? Is he defining? Is he clarifying? Is he preventing you from making a mistake? Is he telling you a new halacha? Is he inspiring you? Number 3, what's bothering Rashi? Why did he decide to tell you this pshat? Something bothered him. Something caused him to write this explanation. You need to figure that out. What's bothering Rashi? What is the question? And number 4, how has my understanding of the pasuk changed? Now that you read Rashi, how has that changed what you understood of the pasuk before? And now with Rashi, what is it after? Thank you guys very much.